Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of Trash Talk. I'm here with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am the Beak. Yes, that's me. Hello.
Yeah, well, finally, man. Like, I feel like we've been talking
God,
about doing this for
my
months
God. When we started trying to do this since last year, December or something.
now.
It
Yeah,
was
it's been a while.
crazy. And then we were going to do it last weekend, but then my internet decided that it didn't want to work.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, but we're finally here. Finally,
Yeah, man.
I am on the Trash Talk podcast. Finally.
Yeah, thank God, man. We got there eventually, and like, all internet
Eventually,
stuff's
yeah.
understandable, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's happened to me so many times when trying to record
God,
episodes with people.
it's so irritating, dude. I was so ready to join and everything, It's like, oh no,
Yeah.
sorry, okay, cool. Your internet's just not going to work.
Yeah,
And it wasn't
yeah.
just my internet, right? It was the entire town that I stay in. Everyone's internet was fucking. It was just destroyed, and I don't know why. I think like a shark bit of fiber optic cable in the sea or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I know I'm stuttering over my words. It's just so irritating, dog. Oh my God.
No, I get it, man. Like, I tried
Yeah.
to do an episode with a guy called Dr. Skipper, and
Yeah,
it just, I had my internet completely cut out for about 2 hours, and poor guy was just waiting in VC for me.
God, bro, that must have been
Yeah, it was
so
bad.
annoying.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was so annoying because I was hyped up, and it was like already like pretty late for me, right? Because like
Yeah,
time
yeah.
zones and stuff. So man, it just didn't work out, man. Like, finally got the episode done. But yeah, diving straight into it, man. Like usually with guests and stuff, I like to go right back to the beginning of their channel and sort of like move on from there. So
That is
like,
a
what got you
long
into doing
time
YouTube?
ago for me.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's like fucking. How old is my channel now, dude? It's like
Old.
7 years old or something. Hang on. I know on my YouTube about section it says I started my channel or something in 2013. That is a lie. YouTube is lying on the internet. I may have started my. Yeah, it says joined August 21st, 2013. That isn't true. That I don't know why it says that. My first video, though, that's my most recent video. Hang on, when was my oldest video? Epic Gaming Moments #1. It was uploaded 7 years ago. Fuck, I've been on this fucking channel for a long time. Oh my God.
I feel you, man. I've been doing YouTube from about middle of 2016, so nearly 8 years.
Holy shit. Well, that's the crazy thing, dude. It's like, 7 years ago. That's like 2013. It's like, nah. It's like fucking. What would that be? That would be. I know I streamed Baldi's Basics a couple days ago, but I'm terrible at maths. That's. Hang on, where's my calculator? I can't do basic arithmetic. 2024 minus 7. 2017.
Yeah, man.
2017. Oh my God. So here's
So long ago.
here's the lore for
Mhm.
the Beak YouTube channel. So back in the day, around the time when Battlefield 1 was released, bro, Battlefield 1, by the way, peak game. It's an amazing game.
Yeah.
My friends and I, we played that game together on Xbox, on our Xbox Ones. And then we were sitting down one day in a party chat and we were like, look, at the time we were watching lots of those. They're not really around anymore, but at the time it was like community-based clip channels. So it was like, okay, cool. One was called like Video Gamers. The other was like BCC Trolling, but there was there was one called Premium Clips or something. And basically, how that channel worked was like, okay, cool. You do something cool in a video game, send it to me through my email address or whatever it was. It was like submit your clip, and then if it's good enough, we'll put it on our YouTube channel in a compilation. And then you're thinking like, okay, cool. I'm watching all of these videos. I'm gonna do that too. So my friends and I decided that in order to send clips to those channels, we had to make our own YouTube channel where we could upload our clips because cross growth and it's going to be amazing for our channel. 2 million subscribers in 2 weeks. So what happened was we were like, okay, cool. We're going to start a YouTube channel because, I mean, personally, that's something I always wanted to do because I've been watching YouTube for fucking years. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's start a YouTube channel and do it. So we started that, and then we started uploading clips that we recorded on our Xboxes. So it's like 360p. And then it just basically went from there. I uploaded Epic Gaming Moments #1. That banged. It's currently sitting on 2K views. Oh, really, really pulling in those numbers. And then the second video, it happened on the Battlefield 1 Epic Moments montage, got 300 views. So, I mean,
banging, man.
Yeah, banging. That's like millions of dollars right there. But yeah, basically the TLDR is I started my YouTube channel because my friends and I decided that we wanted to upload our gaming clips onto YouTube. And then the rest pretty much went from there.
Yeah, 100%, man. And like, I feel like a lot of people that eventually end up like venturing into maybe commentary and stuff like that always have their roots grounded mainly in gaming, right? Some form of gaming content, right?
Well, like MLG and stuff like that. Yeah.
Because I feel like that's like the natural progression. And is that what happened with you? You were doing these gaming clips and stuff, and like these gaming videos, and then you sort of just naturally progressed into doing more of that
basically, yeah. So
commentary type stuff.
at the time I was making the gaming videos, at that time, I also watched a lot of like early commentary. So like old Pyro Cynical, old Memulist, old Willany, I'm Alex. I think I watched a little bit of Leafy. I don't really remember if I did though. He definitely wasn't a YouTuber who I watched all that much. I may have watched like 1 or 2 videos of Leafy's, but I used to watch old commentary videos, like back when Pyro Cynical was doing like gameplay videos and was putting on the funny voice, like, "Hey guys, flashbang here." That I watched during that era, and then I decided like, look, okay, cool. This is content that I like to watch. I'm gonna do that too. Those early commentary videos of mine, there's a reason why they've been unlisted. They're fucking horrible, and they'll never see the light of day ever. Oh my god! But yeah, that's basically why, and I think that's like a natural thing, right? Like I know I'm oh, my old videos are really ass and all of that type of stuff, but I think it's a weird relationship I have with those videos, because it's like on the one hand they're really really bad, and I cringe and I die inside whenever I think about them. But it's also like that was the start, you know? So it's kind of like, weirdly enough, it's also kind of nostalgic. It's like nostalgia as in, it's like you watch the videos like maybe once every 2 years and you think to yourself, oh my god, this fucking sucks. But also it's kind of wholesome. Yeah, that's the natural progression to commentary. It's really interesting though that I think lots of people, especially lots of commentary YouTubers, as you said, they moved from gaming into commentary.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I don't know if you have a theory why that happened. I have no idea why this happens across the board. It's just interesting because there's so many people who did that.
Yeah. Well, there are so many people, and like with your journey, like it's basically really similar to mine. I grew up watching like the Memulous stuff, and Willany and Pyro and all that stuff, and then like wanted to create the similar content that I was watching. And I feel like what happens with gaming content creators that go into commentary is they're very, very closely linked genres, especially back then with topic commentary and stuff like that. Which was mainly predominantly people using gameplay, right? Gameplay footage.
Yeah.
So people go from just like uploading clips and stuff and maybe talking about the game to using the game they like to talk about other things and other topics. So I think that's why the progression is there. And then it's sort of just become like a mainstay now, right? A staple that you sort of move from gaming to like gaming commentary stuff.
Yeah. It's really, I don't know, maybe that's like a video topic for one day. I don't know. Someone listening to these words coming out of my mouth, make that video. I'll definitely watch it. But pay me for the idea. Give me all the money you make.
And you end up making that progression, and it does well for you, right? Like some of your mini lad videos are really good,
the mini lad stuff is when channel really started picking up steam. So for a while I was making like your pretty bog standard, pretty bad gameplay videos, you know, like the worst Fortnite YouTuber on YouTube. It's like an Allier cringe video. And you know, stuff's it's going okay. For my channel size at the time, it was doing fine. I make a Life of Luxury video. I don't know if you know who Life of Luxury are. Back in the day, it was those YouTubers. Those guys are like, hey guys, I'm going to this person's house because there's a ghost in their house, and it's like all fake. And the one guy's always wearing sunglasses. I made that video. That video did pretty well. So that was like the first video on my channel that did pretty good. But the mini lad stuff is where stuff really started to kick off for me. That was my first initial point of growth. Maybe not Mini Lad Can't Be Forgiven, but Mini Lad's career is dying. That was the video. I'm just having a look at all my Mini Lad videos now. That's the one that really, really started the momentum. And then after that, since that video did well, and I know I say this in all my Mini Lad videos, and I reference Mini Lad in a video that's coming out on Friday, this coming Friday. Turn on my post notifications so you can watch that video, by the way. At that time, I was a massive Mini Lad fan. I was a Mini Lad fan for years, like ever since the Vanos Gaming, like GTA 5 online funny moments videos. Like Mini Lad was like the guy I used to watch besides Vanos and them. So when the Mini Lad stuff happened, it was really like it was really sad. Like I know it's like, oh, you're getting sad over like online internet beef, or like not even that, like online internet drama. But it's like it really hit home. I was like, holy shit, here's this YouTuber who I used to watch a lot when I was younger. Like I would come home from school and put on like a Mini Lad funny moment video, and then he's like, oh, he's actually a terrible person. So I decided to make my videos on it, but then using that knowledge that I had, I knew that Mini Lad was partnered with someone called The Thirst Project, and he also had a stadium. So at that time, I was like, okay, cool. The Mini Lad story it's pretty popular at the moment. I want to see what happened with the stadium and the first project. And then I made videos on that because he lost his stadium, or the stadium was like well, I'm stuttering here. Let me try to remember.
It's all good, man.
So basically, what happened was Mini Lad had a stadium named after him in Ireland. And then because of everything that came out about him being a groomer, Mini likes minis, all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
He lost his stadium because, like, obviously the chairmans at the stadium are like, we don't want to name our stadium after a groomer, so we're going to change the name of the stadium. Then he was booted from the first project. So those videos really kicked off my channel there.
Yeah, man. And like, I feel like that's something that still happens, right? It's like when big allegations come out. I mean, most recently with the Wilbur stuff, right? People immediately cover them and stuff.
Yeah,
and that's really the start, right?
That's crazy. The Wilbur Soot stuff. I don't really know much about that story. I know it seems like all of the information there at the moment is kind of up in the air. But I mean, if what was alleged is true, I mean, that's really fucked. Like, plain and simple, that's inexcusable behavior if that's true. If he did what's the person's name? It's like Shovel or something.
Yeah.
If what she's accusing Wilbur sort of doing is true, like, that's really fucked up.
Yeah, and like it's stuff like that really does like kick off somebody's channel, right? Because those are the topics that people are genuinely interested and want to see people's opinions and intrigued in.
They're big topics. Yeah. Like, it's something to like. It's not like, oh, vegan teacher cringe, Lamau. It's like it's like hectic shit when that happens. So those can be very good for like blowing up YouTube channels. Then again, I don't think you should cover those topics like solely because it's good for my channel, bro. I feel like you should, like, sure, you can make your videos on it, but you should actually like care about it, But it is true that those are good for kickstarting channels, those topics, because there's lots of interest about them. Maintaining an audience is a completely different conversation. But it is good to get some interim views for your channel, get stuff rolling, which is why, like, sure, the Mini Lad stuff for me, I look back on it and it's like it's still like quite a sore spot for me because Mini Lad was such a. I mean, I really like Mini Lad. Like, he was my favorite YouTuber for a while. So that whole thing happened, and it's like, oh my god, here's this person that I looked up to. It's the person who was an inspiration for my channel, me starting YouTube. It just turns out he's a really bad person, and I'm gonna make videos on it because I mean I'm quite passionate about the topic. And then that's what led to me making the Mini Lad videos.
Yeah, man. And do you reckon that your channel would be where it is today without those Mini Lad videos?
That's a very interesting question. I've never actually thought about that. Maybe. I would like to hope. I would like to hope that it would be. It was the first little bit of growth, but at the time, since YouTube wasn't really my, I'm not even gonna say it wasn't really my job. It wasn't my job then. So I was still like making videos to like just because I wanted to make videos, and there wasn't that other pressure of like, okay, cool, I need to cover certain topics as they do good for my channel. So I would like, as I said, I would like to think so. I would like to think my channel would be where it is today. I mean, sure, I wouldn't have gotten the boost of subscribers and views then, but maybe another topic would come down the line, and then I would make a video on it, and it would do well. Like the whole Dream thing, right? Like, after my Mini Lad stuff, I made a video about Dreams merch, which got like 200k views. So maybe if I didn't make the Mini Lad videos, I would have gone on to make the Dream video, and then that would have kickstarted my channel. So
yeah, definitely.
That's a very interesting question, though. I've genuinely never given that thought ever. It's a very, very interesting question. I'm just thinking about that. It's a really good question, that.
Yeah, I feel like from then, right, like, of course, you start uploading commentary more and more, and like you said, you brought the Dream stuff. I'm also looking now, and like your Call Me Carson video.
Yeah,
right?
Dream, Carson, lots of Dream stuff. Ever when Minecraft YouTube, like making commentary videos about Minecraft YouTubers was popping, and since I was in that, I was in that sphere of making videos. I mean, that's what you made videos on back in the day, that and like allegations and stuff like that. Which, yeah.
Well, like around that time, right? So you keep posting like these style of videos, and you get to a point where, like, I feel like this is like the era of your channel where like it started to really, really do well, right? Where people
Yeah.
started to know who you are and stuff, which is when you made your video on Sunny V2 and Jelly Bean, right around
Oh,
that era. I feel like
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
that's like
Two
the
very
era.
interesting videos. Yeah, two very interesting videos. That's when channel really started picking up steam. I mean, the Jelly Bean video is the reason why I've got over 100,000 subscribers. I mean,
Mm,
that was the video that like kicked everything off, and it's like, yeah, it's that. Looking back on that time, that was crazy. The Sunny V2 video, that was a very, very interesting video. I mean, personally, if I look back retrospectively on that entire era of my channel, my Sunny V2 video is definitely, I think it's the best video I've ever made in that era because it was
mhm.
so, like at the time, Sunny V2, lots of people nowadays, they don't really like his content, you know? But
Yeah, yeah,
at the time, Sunny V2, I mean, no one really made videos on him. You know, just like, oh, new Sunny V2
yeah.
video. I'm going to listen to everything he says. You know, but then what would happen is that one of my friends who I met through YouTube and we would often watch like new Sunny V2 videos. And since we're very terminally online and have never touched grass ever, we knew about lots of the stuff that he was talking about, and we would listen to it and it'd be like, hang on, no, that doesn't really make sense. You know, like I specifically remember what made me want to make that Sunny V2 video was he made a video about Belle Delphine, and he was like, why it was something like why Belle Delphine disappeared or something like that. And it was staged as
Yeah.
like this big, like, oh, why did she disappear? All of that type of stuff. But in the intro of the video, he plays a clip of her being like, I want to make as much money as possible, and then I'm just gonna leave. So it's like, what's the point of making your really well edited, by the way? Sunny V2's editors, they do an amazing job. Why make your like 20-minute odd video be like, why is she going to leave when you answer the question in the first like literal 10 seconds of the video? You know,
Yeah.
it's yeah. So I did get a lot of initial, not even backlash really. The video did get some dislikes. Um, and lots of people being like, oh, you know, this person's talking shit, whatever. Sunny V2 is a really good YouTuber. But then what's weird about that video is that as time has gone on, the overall like reception to that video has completely changed. So initially it was like, no, you're wrong, Sunny V2 makes good videos. But then after that, and after specifically after the what was it? It was the Sunny V2, the Chris
W-
Tyson video. That
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
That video, that
That was
fucking
bad.
insane, just stupid video that he made. After that, the reception started to change a lot. I mean, at the time, beforehand, people would hear me out, and it was cool that they would hear me out. But like, you know what it's like, you know, like people would see a video about someone that they like, and then they would watch the video and be like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
talking shit, whatever, best
Yeah,
YouTuber."
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that was the Sunny V2 video. Another thing that's really interesting is that whenever Sunny V2 whenever he uploads videos, that video gets views. Not a lot, but it like upticks a little bit. So I mean, thank you for making that video, Sunny V2. You're the reason why it's got so many views.
Well, yeah, you've got like a consistent like view stream there, right? Like even if it's in like a
Yeah,
small degree of people looking.
yeah. I mean, the video still does quite well. Yeah, for a while it was one of the most viewed videos on my channel. For a
Yeah,
while, yeah, and then
uh,
the Jelly Bean PNG tuber
yeah.
stuff happened, which was insane, brother. That was, I honestly never thought anything like that would ever happen to me personally. Not,
Mhm.
I'm not even talking like the million views that video got, right? Like, I didn't think a video of mine would get a million views ever, but I'm just talking about like the sheer scale that topic went to. That was
Yeah.
crazy, dude. Oh my god, that was fucking insane. That looking
Yeah,
back on that type of stuff.
it was a really weird time because I remember that video as well, your video constantly being on my homepage, constantly being spoken
Yeah,
about as well. Like
yeah,
I feel
because
like you definitely led like that stuff, right? Like to
yeah, well,
some
what
degree.
happened? What happened was the reason why I made that video, because I was still very much in like the topic commentary, you know, looking for topics, you know, make your quick fast food videos and try to get as many views as you possibly could, right? So what happened was at that time, the jelly bean is cringe Lamau topic that was really popping off on TikTok at the time.
Hmm.
So then I saw that and I was like, I could probably make a video about that. So I went to YouTube and there was only like one video that had been made about jelly bean being cringe. And then I made my video on it, and then it just fucking banged. It blew up, and then after that, it blew the topic into like every other commentary YouTuber is making a video on the topic because that's the popular topic at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane though, that era. Like that, the topic lasted for about, I want to say like 2-3 weeks, back then, and those 2-3 weeks were insane. Like it
Well,
was
yeah.
honestly, it was crazy. Yeah.
Well, like I remember that being, and I still think it is one of like within commentary that year. It was probably one of the bigger things that happened that year, right? With like
Yeah, no, it
commentary
was.
creation and stuff.
It was like that year's like vegan teacher. You know, like it
Yeah.
was the big
Yeah.
big commentary topic that year. Because I also think another reason why it did so well was because at that time commentary was kind of dry. It's something
Oh,
I
yeah.
specifically remember thinking, because it's like vegan teacher used to pull views, wasn't really putting that many views anymore. Dream SMP drama and like Dream Stand cringe wasn't really putting views anymore. So everyone was kind of like looking and digging for the new topic. And I just happened to get lucky with the topic that I found. And then that was the
Yeah.
big topic for the year. It definitely was. That video came out 2 years ago now. So that would have been what, 2022? Yeah, it would have been 2022. That was like one of the big topics for that year. That was crazy. That topic.
Well, like that topic, and like it also helped launch a bunch of like other commentators' channels, and especially like within the shorts degree, like people like Vince and Veshremi and stuff, create a whole brand new genre, right?
100%. Yeah,
That's a brand new genre.
It kind of. I never really given this much thought. I don't want to toot my own trumpet and be like, "Oh, I made your channels, Lamau." But it did kind of kickstart YouTube Shorts commentary almost.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That topic, because at the time YouTube Shorts was brand new too, you know. So that was it brand new? I don't think
it'd been out for maybe 6 months, 7 months.
It was new-ish. It was new-ish.
Yeah.
And commentary wasn't really that big on that side of YouTube yet. And then my PNG tuber topic came out, and not even like Jellybean, like all the other PNG YouTubers, all of the people who were basically just doing what she was doing. And then because it was short, that content was designed for shorts. The PNG tuber, I'm gonna read all my funny comments, like all of that type of stuff. It basically, if anything, it was better suited for shorts videos, because it was like a shorts commentary video making a video about a YouTube short, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And instead of having to like look into the entire channel and like look at multiple shorts and all of that type of stuff, you could literally just make a commentary video about whatever short, like one short, you know, and that could be the video, you know? So yeah, I think yeah, it was insane, that whole topic. The amount of views, it didn't just get me, but it just got everyone who was doing commentary around the board. Like it was crazy. It was insane.
Well, yeah. Well, like like I said, right? It sort of like definitely like helped kick off that like short commentary era, which has created like millions of views and stuff, right? Like it's probably still one of the most popular ways of commentary, and that era for your channel was great as well, right? Like
that era for
views and stuff.
That was crazy. That like I think it was about a month or two for my channel then was fucking insane. Like it was really good at the time. It was the best my channel had ever done. At that time, yeah.
So for you, so you have this blow up, right? Which you said you didn't even like really expect a video of yours to ever hit million views, right?
I didn't expect. Like at the time, my peak video was like 400K. I think that it was like a Dream Stand Discord infiltration video. And then that video just like, oh cool, million views. Hello, it was like fucking. It was insane. I mean, like even so, I haven't got a video that has got 1 million views since. It's like the only video I've ever made.
Yeah.
That's gotten 1 million views. I mean, I hope that one of my videos nowadays will get 1 million views, and I think they're better suited to personally. But at the time, it was like that was like my big video. That was like the break that I got on YouTube that I'd been looking for like 5 years at the time.
Well, yeah. And like, how do you go from like I've asked this question like quite a few times to like some people that have like instant blow up videos. How do you go from like getting videos to like reach 1 million views and then trying to deal with the like your views just like going back to like how your channel would do averagely, right? Like it's still good, but like how do you deal with going from like, you know, blowing up to, you know, like going back down to like where you were, or maybe above where you were, but not as like 1 million views level, you know?
I mean, I'll be the first person to say it. After the Jellybean topic and after that hype died down, I mean, my channel fucking died for a while. Like it was dead, bro. Like I got.
I didn't want to be rude, bro.
No, brother. Listen, I'll be the first person to tell you, my channel fucking died. Like I was bleeding subs. Like views were really bad. Like I would celebrate if a video got like 10K views. I was like, oh my god, like I was doing like, oh, the video is finally doing well. My channel's, you know, it's being revived and shit like that. So it was definitely hard seeing that after the Jellybean stuff, because like you've just had this insane blow up right? Like
Yes.
more subs than like you've ever seen ever before. Like I got like 75k subs in a month. Like that's fucking like YouTube Shorts level sub growth. That's insane. And then
Yeah.
millions of views, like best view month on my channel ever. And then after that, like not even like a long time after that, like a month or two after that, I mean, videos aren't breaking 10k, you know, channels not doing really well, bleeding subs, all of that type of stuff. So definitely it did suck and it did affect my
Yeah.
mental a bit. Like I'm like, shit, you know, my channel's dying, you know, this thing that I put so much effort into just isn't really doing well, all of that type of stuff. I mean, like for a while, like I was really down about it, like genuinely. It was like
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking it was like really, really, really like it affected my mental health quite a bit. But then at the time too, weirdly enough, after that, after the views started going down, I started to get really burnt out making commentary videos because I've been doing it for so long. You know, I was like, look, I've been making commentary videos like this for like 5 odd years. And sure, I mean, I've had like the peak of it now, but now it's just back to where I was. So like I need to change up something. So after the jelly bean video, if you have a look at my channel, you'll start to notice that I started to like change my content up a little bit. Instead of
Yeah.
like doing the YouTubers cringe thing, I would make I started making like rabbit hole videos, and like I made like Minecraft Sarkis rabbit hole. That video didn't really do that well. And then I made a Brazo video which did pretty well. By the way, Lamau fucking rip Brazo's channel, rip Bozo, by
Yep.
the way. Another person I'm talking about in my next video, maybe. I don't know, I'll see. But then after that, since all of the momentum um, from the jelly bean stuff was pretty much gone, I think trying to shift content then may have been a mistake because it was essentially like trying to build up a brand new audience then. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. It was basically like I call it the channel revival arc, basically. It wasn't even. It wasn't. No, no, what am I saying? It wasn't even the channel revival arc. It was like the channel death arc, and like trying to like find something that would like start getting my channel some more momentum. And like for a while, my videos like even I would like try to make the odd commentary video in between there because I'm like, look, I just want to do something that would get views, you know. And then those videos didn't do well either. So I was in like a massive hole, basically, just like creatively, and I was just burnt out. But then thankfully, Garten a Band came out, and yeah, my
The
my channel
yeah.
started picking up again, and now here we are today. And my channel's doing really fucking well. It's
Yeah.
really weird to think about.
And like I feel like a lot of people have been in your position. I mean, I've been in your position with like my shorts channel. Like it hit 500k and went on, right, and I started bleeding subscribers, and thankfully now it's started to like slowly go back up.
Yeah.
But you get in a low point, right, and even with
Yeah,
my
like
main channel, you get burnt out.
you know what I'm talking about. Like you get the
Yeah,
feeling. It's like really, really demotivating.
it's
Because it's
so
like
bad for a
I'm
while.
spending like so much time making videos
Mm.
that I think they should get views, but it's like they just don't get views. You know, and it's just really, really demotivating. It's really harsh. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, looking back on it, it was mainly I think it was mostly due to my error. Because at the time, since I never really had time to learn how YouTube really works, um, like just with the initial blow up, like that was a video that I just made, and then it just did really well. And it wasn't like my videos started doing like really well, like 100k, 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 200k, and then the million view video. It just happened. So I didn't really have enough time to like really be able to sit down and think to myself, okay, cool, what can I assess from this, you know,
Yeah.
like what can I analyze, what's going on here, and what can I do to replicate success in future? Because I mean at the time, I mean that was 2 years, I would have been like 19 at that time,
Mhm.
19, 20 years old. So I was still pretty young then, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't really I just didn't really know how YouTube worked then. So
Mm.
I mean obviously I just, because of my lack of knowledge and lack of interest in the topics I was making videos on, and then also just having no momentum and all of that audience who I'd grown over the past couple of years from Mini Lad, from Jelly Bean, the majority of them not watching the videos that I was making because they weren't subbed for that. It was quite, yeah, it was harsh. It was really hard.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
very, very hard that time.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and like I know with me, when like I sort of like started to lose like a couple of thousand subscribers or whatever, it was really demotivating. Like there was a
Mm.
month or so where I didn't want to make content. Like I didn't want to
Yeah,
make content on
yeah,
any of my channels or whatever. And that's bad, right? I run 5 different channels, right? So that was basically
yeah,
no content, right? I really wanted to do.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and then after a while, of course, like things start to pick up or whatever. You might have a video that blows up and you start doing well again, or you just slowly stop really caring, right? You or like to a degree, right? You don't
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
the numbers
yeah.
or whatever. You don't
I
feel as
had that for
depressed.
a little bit. It's like
Yeah,
I was just like, well, it's probably not going to do well anyway, so I'm just gonna make the video, and then I'm just not going to care about views on
yeah,
that video.
exactly
'Cause,
right.
yeah,
Like you get happier like for a bit, and then like slowly, because at that point now, like you've got to a stage where regardless you're gonna upload, you're gonna post because you've started enjoying it again, right?
well,
You
it's
get to a
also the
point of
habit.
consistency.
It's also the habit
Yeah,
of uploading too. Because I mean, like I was uploading videos for like 5 years, you know, and
exactly.
it
Yeah,
was like the habit. Like I need to make a video. This is something that I need to do, and it just
weekly
becomes so
content.
ingrained. Yeah, it becomes like so
Yeah,
ingrained in like who you are as a person. It's like it's something that you just feel like this is something that you have to do. And then like it was to my own detriment too. It's like I was making videos that I mean I enjoyed making them, but I knew now, like looking back on it, or I know now looking back on it, it probably wasn't the best content that was coming out. I could have easily made it better, but because
yeah,
I was so much in a deep hole, um, that I just wanted to make videos on the off chance that they did well, and then I could just
yeah.
okay, cool. Like a video that I made, like Sons of the Forest made me go insane, right? Like completely random topic for a commentary YouTube upload, like a gameplay video, you know.
Hmm.
Um, now I think now that would be better suited for my channel because of the direction I've taken my channel into.
Yeah,
But at the time, I mean, like, I don't really know what I was thinking making that video because I mean, I really enjoyed Sons of the Forest, and I think it's a pretty funny video that I made. But like solely business YouTube metrically speaking, it didn't have the opportunity to do well because it just isn't a video that would do well. Um,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
like you said, right? Like you get to a point where, like, I feel like we've both been uploading for like roughly around similar amount of time, right?
yeah,
And pretty
there's similar
consistently as
time.
well, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like you constantly you get used to waking up scripting or getting videos or whatever, like doing whatever you do to make
Yeah,
a
like
video,
bang, bang,
right?
bang, bang, bang. I need to make
Yeah,
thumbnails. I need to script. I need to edit. I need to do all of that type of stuff. Yeah,
daily thing. Like
yeah,
I know, like each day I've got a different thing, right? I've got a different channel I need to post on, streaming, whatever it is, filming a trash talk.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I've got to do. If I didn't do that, I'd feel like I'm slacking, like I'm constantly
Yeah,
thinking about
you
doing
just feel
things.
like something's like, you know, something's like wrong. You know, it's kind
Yeah.
of like, oh, I need to be doing this. You know,
Mm,
and yeah, I hate to interrupt you. But basically,
who
what's
knows?
at that time too, I don't know why this has just popped into my mind about that, but I also think like the initial blow up and then like views decline is also I think it was also a problem that was out of my control. It was a problem to do with the entire genre of content. You know, like topic
Yeah.
commentary. I think it's like a big genre problem that lots of people across the board had because I mean, some people who made videos on Jelly Bean and they did really well. I mean, they don't even upload anymore. Like their channels
Oh yeah.
just fell off and then they just stopped making videos, which really sucks. You know, like it sucks to see these people who have like built up channels and made videos that they for the sake of making videos, and then they do really well, and then they become big in like the topic commentary scene, and then the Jelly Bean stuff really pops off for them, and then they just after that it's just kind of like fuck, you know, it's over, you know.
Yeah. And that's the thing with YouTube, right? Is that it's so
Yeah,
random. Like, like 1 month you can be doing like the best. Like you could be getting 30 million views a month, right? And then the next month
yeah.
you could be getting 13,000. Like it can be
Yeah, well,
completely out of your control.
that's like the big topic commentary problem. That's like
Yeah.
because you're so reliant on trending topics there that as soon as those topics like 2 3 days go past and the topic no one cares about the topic anymore. You know, unless you're like daily uploading, it's like video after video after video, maybe like 2 videos a day, you're not going to survive. Really, like I feel like that was a problem for me because with my schedule of like being in university and stuff, I didn't have enough time to make videos daily nor would I
Yeah.
really want to because it would probably leave like it would just fucking send me straight into burnout street.
Yeah.
So um yeah, it's just it wasn't feasible for me to make topic commentary videos, yet I made topic commentary videos, which obviously wouldn't do well because that recipe, you're not gonna make like a nice cake from that, you know. It's gonna look like fucking nasty patty, you know. It's gonna look like that shit from SpongeBob. It's not gonna look nice. It's not compatible, you know. And that's a lesson that I had to teach myself going forward. After when my channel was dead, I was like, look, you know, I need to change something here.
Oh, definitely, man.
And then I did, yeah, and it's doing a hell of a lot better now. So
yeah.
You
managed to fall on your feet, and like now you're doing probably consistently the best that you've done since the jelly bean stuff, right? And maybe even better consistently.
Consistently, these past couple of months have been the best my channel has ever done. These past couple of months, consistently. Sure, the jelly bean stuff was the peak view month my channel had, but it's like another thing. It's like, would you rather have like everything now, or do you want something that might be slightly less, like monetarily and subscriber wise and view wise, but for a longer period? You know, I'd much rather have the longer period one, you know. And I feel like that was also, I feel like that's the thing that lots of topic commentary YouTubers at the time also didn't realize. It's kind of like, you don't want all of your you don't want everything now, you know. You can take a little bit less every single month, but it evens out and it works out. Then eventually you just end up making more, you grow more, you get a lot more views monthly, and it just becomes a hell of a lot more consistent.
Well, like I know from somebody who like posts like a topic commentary on my main, and then like of course the other stuff on my other channels. So I'd much rather like consistently get maybe 10,000 views, 1,000 views, whatever it is, right, 100,000 views, then constantly getting like, or like one video do really well, right, one video hit 1 million views, and then the rest get 100,
and the next one
right?
gets like 10k. You know?
Yeah, exactly,
and
right.
Then,
I'd much rather take the 10k every single time, because I know, okay, right, that's what I can aim for, that's what I can achieve, and it's a great feeling, right, when you do that.
You can grow from there, and then you can also like, if your videos are getting consistently like a set number of views, it also means that you're like accruing a core audience and all of that type of stuff. And then because you have a higher core audience, it's time to sound like a Redditor who I studied the YouTube algorithm here. But basically, what happens is you have your core audience, and then if you get like consistently like 10k views a video, you'll get 10k, you'll get 10k, you'll get 10k, and because your videos are getting the initial view boost from your core audience, then they have a higher chance of being recommended more. So you have to like grow it up slowly, you know, and that's something that I didn't realize at the time. That's something I didn't have at the time. Obviously, that being said, like videos doing well quickly is also a very nice thing to have every now and then. Because it's like nice to peak your channel and get a lot more subscribers in. But it's also good just to have like the slow burners, you know, where you can like upload. Like my upload schedule has completely changed. I mean, I used to make a video a week, sometimes 2 videos a week. Now I make a video every 2 weeks, yet my channel's doing a hell of a lot better. So and it's very weird. Like if you were to tell me that a couple years ago, I'd be like, no, you're lying to me. But it's very much the slow burner, evergreen content that you could make, which does better for you in the long run.
Yeah, like I can 100% like vouch for it as well. As since doing maybe a video a week, maybe 2 videos at max, really a week, like, you know, the views are doing a lot better. I'm doing consistently better than I did a couple of months ago, right?
And
that's great to see, right? Like we said, I feel like consistency in views is a lot better than just having one video do really well and the rest.
Like the blow up video, and then it's like, oh, okay, well that was nice for a month, and now my channel's fucking dead. You know,
it's so demotivating to make content when that happens, right?
It's crazy demotivating.
Because then you hold yourself at that high standard, right? You hold yourself at that 1 million views or whatever.
It's like you're so used to like for like 2 months, weekly videos are getting like 400k views, and then like a lot of views, and then it's like, holy shit, all my videos should be doing this well, and then they just don't. You know, then it's like, oh fuck, okay, my videos are getting like 5k now. Cool. Okay, I guess it's over. That was fun while it lasted. Like, fuck.
Yeah, man, and that's something. Thank God, like you've got to a stage where you're getting consistent views and stuff, and you've got to a nice stage with your channel.
Oh, yeah, dude, I'm so happy about that. Like, I'm just so happy that it's like it came around, and now I get to make content more that like, I don't have to like rely on topics. You know, it's like I could make a video that I wanted to make, and it would do well. You know, like fucking, if you were to tell me a couple years ago that I would make a video titled "Do Not Buy These Bootleg Toys," where I buy a whole bunch of stupid toys like fucking skibbity toilet action figures and shit, if you were to tell me that video would bang, I'd tell you that you were lying to me. Like I'd tell you
Yeah.
that you were fucking. I would tell you like you are talking shit. But now because my approach to YouTube is different, I can make videos like those and they do well, which is really cool.
Yeah, and they still fit within that like commentary genre stuff. So you
Yeah,
still
well,
like
that's the
got that
thing. That's
same
the thing
core
too.
audience, right?
It's like I make my rabbit hole videos and like how the internet ruined Amazing Digital Circus and all of that type of stuff. And then every
Yeah,
now and then I'll do like a commentary related video. You know, I'll do like a video about LankyBox or like a Kwebbelkop video. You know, and then that would also do well. Like my next video is a commentary video because I knew the other day I was like, look, it's been a while since I made a commentary-esque video. Let me make a commentary-esque video. Um,
yeah,
but it's not like a commentary video how I would make being like dream stands are cringe Lamau. It's like it's one of those like, okay, cool, here are a bunch of YouTubers, this is why they failed type thing. And like why they deserve their failure.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's definitely positioned more as like a long it will be like an evergreen content. It will like constantly pull views
yeah.
in a couple months because that's a topic that will always survive. You know, so your channel is so it won't be just like a video that. So I'm like rambling here, but it's like
No, that's all good.
it won't be a video where it's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna upload this. It's gonna do well, and then a week later it's gonna die, and then just blow up my channel. You know, it will
Yeah,
just be a video that will always pull views. Hopefully, I hope.
yeah, yeah.
Algorithm gods, please, please, please.
And what I think is so good, yeah, and I think what's so good with like what you're doing currently and like doing that is they're all really sort of within that genre of like that big bracket now, which is commentary, right? It's such a huge bracket.
Yeah,
So like
it's a
those videos
massive,
sort of
massive
overlap.
umbrella. Yeah, and it does overlap with lots of different audiences. You know, like I found an awful kids YouTube rabbit hole. That video that banged for me recently was a follow up to my how the internet ruined the Amazing Digital Circus. That's like a commentary-esque video, but it can also appeal to other audiences. You know,
Exactly.
and that would pull in everyone. And then since the following video, the rabbit hole video, was basically a sequel to that video about something that I found in the initial video, that's audience carryover. And then that video did so much better not so much better, it did a lot better compared to the previous video, which was crazy. It just did really well. Yeah.
Yeah. And like one question I've got to ask you, purely because like you've done commentary and you've done a lot of it, is have you ever been involved with any kind of drama and stuff?
Drama?
Have you been pretty lucky?
I've been pretty lucky. I'm sure there's been like the one or two odd occasions where like people have made videos on me and stuff. But so not really. I can't really say that. I can't really say there's like a standout example where I was like in a Discord call shouting at someone or making like multiple different videos being like, your content fucking sucks. And I never.
And that's really lucky, right? Because I speak to a lot of commentators, of course, and a lot of them get into some really serious drama or drama in general, and you really want to try and avoid that. And it seems like you've done like a pretty good job at doing that, right? And staying in your own lane.
But I also just think it's because I like to. And so how can I word this properly? I don't really argue with people that much on like Twitter or something like that. Sure, back in the day, I did a bit more than I do now. But even back in the day, like I would make a video on someone and then maybe they would message me in Discord or something. But it's just like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
just move on, right?
I only okay, everybody listening to this video, right? Here's a golden rule of making commentary videos, yeah? You're allowed to spurg out on Twitter once in your career. We've all done it. I've done it once. And it was to a YouTuber called Craig Beckett. Now, Craig Beckett.
Oh, Craig Beckett. Oh,
Craig Beckett. World-renowned, commentary-renowned fucking nonce. Not a good person. We had a little bit of not an altercation. We had a bit of a disagreement about something, and that led to an argument on Twitter. And that's the only time where I've ever spoken out on Twitter. But it's also like, look, you know, commentary. The majority of the time, commentary drama is really fucking brainless, and it's just stupid. You know, it's like, oh no, the channel with 1,000 subscribers called my channel with 1,000 subscribers cringe. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Time to make the Google Doc. You know, time to make 5 videos on it. It's just there's no point. You know, it's like unless it's like something uber serious. You know, like unless someone is like exposed as like a groomer or a pedophile. Or anything like that, right? I don't know if you're gonna have to censor that in the edit because
no.
YouTube, you're using naughty words. Your video sent to the Shadow Realm. Half the majority of the time, it's just kind of stupid. you know?
Yeah, a lot of it can be summed up in like one calm news tweet. Right, that's
Yeah,
what I do.
literally.
I
Yeah,
just sum it up in a
literally.
tweet and move on. I don't
Yeah, yeah.
like.
Well, I read like I see like lots of your tweets about that. It's like
Yeah.
the news. Here's what's going on. Yeah,
Hmm.
and you're right. You're absolutely right. Lots of it can just be summed up in like one tweet. That being said,
Yeah.
I mean, like if you want to go and argue with someone on Discord, I mean, like go ahead. It's really fucking funny. Like
Yeah.
go ahead, brother. But then again, it's also like if you to stay out of drama, is don't really go looking for it. You know. I mean, like
Yeah.
that being said, like if you do somehow get if you do somehow get involved with drama with someone and they make a video on you, you know, and it's a pretty good video, like don't completely write off all criticisms because like criticism is really good for you to grow. You know, so like you might get into like I remember back in the day, the only real standout example of someone making a video on me, back in the day, I made a really, really bad video about like YouTube not caring about creators or anything like that. Really fucking stupid video that I made.
Hmm.
And then the YouTuber Lerix made a video on my video. And I mean, it fucking like tore me to shreds, basically. Like it was fucking, he roasted the shit out of me. But in that video, there was some pretty damn good criticism there. Like criticism that I then took and then adopted to how I made videos. And then, yeah, ever since then, I mean, videos started doing better. You know, so
Yeah.
you mustn't be scared of like, oh no, the YouTuber made a video on me. Sure, lots of the time it is kind of brainless if you're getting involved in commentary drama, but you mustn't like write off all criticism, you know, because next thing you know, there's like a pretty good chunk of criticism that you can take on board. You know, like
Oh yeah, definitely.
don't be scared of criticism is the golden rule there, I think.
Like yeah, like you've got to be able to discern from like jokes and maybe criticism that in yourself
Yeah,
isn't
I mean,
true, right?
you
And actual
also
stuff.
have to be able to take it on the chin too, because
Yeah.
it's also like the worst, like the pet peeve of mine when I was still like making commentary videos every week, and like I was following lots of commentary YouTubers on Twitter and all of that type of stuff. You would see people like arguing, and then people who made commentary videos, by the way, and then they just couldn't fathom that other commentary YouTubers would make videos on them. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, look, you know, if you're making commentary videos, you are going to have videos either made in response or videos made about you. It's like, it's just how the cookie crumbles, you know, that's the nature of the business. So you can't get upset that, oh, people are making videos on me when you make
Yeah.
videos on people, you know? So you just have to learn to kind of take it on the chin. You know, I mean, of
Yeah.
course, that being said, if like people are fucking like being like uber crazy, like fucking like doxing you or like doing anything like that, then like go ahead, like you can fucking definitely post something about that on Twitter and like complain and try to get, you know, like you're allowed to like you're allowed to be like really passionate and like not emotional is the wrong word, but you're allowed to like be really, really angry about that, of course, 100%. But if it's just someone being like, okay, cool, you're cringe, you mustn't be like, oh no,
Yeah. Yeah.
they called me
Yeah.
cringe. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
you're
no,
shitting
what am I gonna
yourself
do?
because someone said one of your videos are bad. Like you said, just
Yeah.
take it on the chin and you move on. Because especially as commentators, right? It's really important not to, just spurg out when someone gives criticism to you because that's your whole brand is to
Oh
give
yeah,
criticism to someone else.
yeah. And the funny thing is too, you'll notice that if you're trying to get big into like the commentary sphere, right? Lots of the majority of the people who are quite popular, they don't spurg out on Twitter. You know,
Yeah.
the majority of them don't really like go crazy, whatever. They kind of like stay in their own bubble and then just kind of do what they do. You know, because there comes a point in time where like, let's say you're lucky enough to get to a certain like level of growth, right? People will just be making videos on you because they may not like they may not like your content, which is completely fine. Like you're allowed to not like someone's content, or they're just going to do it because they want to get views on your name. You know,
Hmm.
so it's like there comes a point in time where you just kind of have to tune it out almost,
Yeah.
unless it's like a proper longest video that's been made about you with some good criticism in it. Then
Mhm.
like by all means like watch that. You can even like, I mean, what I did after Lerix made his video on my video, I was like, I like fair play, you know, it was a good video. um yeah, I mean, as I said, like I know I'm kind of waffling and rambling here, but you mustn't be scared of taking criticism from people, you know, but also you mustn't then it's like you need to strike a balance, you know. It's kind of like the balance of I'm not going to respond to every single video someone makes about me, but then again, in these videos, there might be some good criticism, meaning that I should take it on board. But if someone's, as I said, if someone's
Yeah.
just like shouting at you and being like, your content fucking sucks, and it's like cringe, like your content's cringe. Just it's like, okay, whatever. What's the point of
Yeah.
spurring out on Twitter? Because if you spur out on Twitter, then the person who's made a video on you calling you cringe is gonna make another video on you. You know?
Yeah,
So
you just give them what you want, right?
of course,
you're
yeah,
just giving them
100%.
what they
Exactly,
try to do.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. No, 100%.
And that's something you try and like, especially as a commentator, like I feel like it's not too much of an issue now with a lot of commentators, or especially ones that have been on the platform for a long time, because you see it when you cover content, right, yourself. That don't spurg out when someone criticizes you.
Basically, yeah, yeah. Don't fucking write your 20 million paragraph tweet. You're allowed to do that once. As I said, you're allowed to do that once. Everyone's got the spurg out golden ticket. You can do it once, but after that, don't kind of learn from that. Because at the end of the day, it's also just not productive. It's like
Yeah.
what are you gonna benefit from arguing with someone on Twitter for 2 hours? You're not gonna get anything. There's like, unless you're gonna make a video on it, there's like not really a point. And it's also like, okay, cool, you're gonna make a video on it. 9 times out of 10, that video probably won't do well, unless it's about someone who's like massive. Like I don't know if fucking like Moist Critical is arguing with someone on Twitter and then he makes a video about it. Like that would do well for him. But it's like if you're a 200 sub commentary YouTuber arguing with another 50 sub commentary YouTuber about your content, then you make a video on it. It's like no one's gonna really care about that outside of people in your close circle. Like
Exactly right.
Like no one is gonna be like, okay, cool. I mean, let's just talk about like potential for growth here, right? Like if you want to talk topics, a topic revolving around someone with 50 subs, if you make a video about him being like, he called me cringe on Twitter, that has no potential to do well at all. I mean, maybe the stars align and the fucking planets all line up and all that shit, and then your video does well. But I mean, 99.9999% of the time, that won't happen. So it's just kind of wasted effort,
Like the only time that like I can ever see like a video like that possibly doing well is if they've done something really heinous, right? Like I feel like going back to what you said earlier, like doxing, pedophilia, and stuff like that. Those videos, 100%. If you phrase them right, like even with like smaller content creators, they do well, right? Because they're like subjects people are interested in, regardless if they know the creator or not. But a lot of these people, they'll cover like the Twitter things, like someone's called them like a dirty cringe lord or whatever. They get all offended. They make a big video.
No, like, you can't call me cringe. How dare you call me cringe? You're the cringe one. Yeah. Like, brother, it's just fucking relax. It's also I guess it's also like, don't take everything too seriously either. I think that's another reason why I haven't really gotten into that much drama over the years. It's like I'm just here to make videos and like make jokes and stuff, like it doesn't have to be overly serious.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like you do YouTube because you enjoy it and you want to make commentary videos. You don't do it because you want to beef with everyone.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, that being said, I mean, if you do want to do the whole like fucking reactionary, I'm going to say hectic things on purpose approach, so people make videos on me. I mean, like then sure, then that is an approach that you can do. I wouldn't really recommend you do that because I mean, sure, your videos might do well, but you're making your fucking image dirt. Like no one's gonna like you, no one's gonna fuck with you. But yeah, just 9 times out of 10. If someone just makes a tweet about you calling you cringe, I mean, who cares? It's like honestly, who cares? Just fucking do your own thing, take a chill pill, and then just relax and have fun. Basically, that's my advice. Top tips with the Beak on how to be a commentary YouTuber. Don't spurg. That's my advice.
And I feel like just coming to the end of the episode, I feel like that's a great message just for like everything we spoke about, right? Is that if it's like, you've blown up and like maybe users started dip, whatever, just calm down, like it will eventually like hopefully get back if you do the right things, right?
It will be shit, then it will be horrible, but you just have to power through it. Like if you really want it, this is the thing. If you really want something, if you really want your videos to do well, if you really want to have a channel that's putting consistent views and making you consistent money and consistent subs, all of that type of stuff, that's not going to come overnight. It's not going to be like, okay, cool, I'm going to upload one video and then that's it, my career is made. You have to fucking fight for it. You have to earn it. And it will suck. You will be in the trenches for a while.
Oh yeah.
But eventually your hard work will be paid off. And if you pull out basically and you're not like, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore, then were you really dedicated enough in the first place?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the That's the golden quote of this episode of Trash Talk.
Yeah, man. And on that, man, I really do appreciate you like coming on Trash Talk. I know it's been like months in the work, man.
Yeah, it's oh my god, dude. I know we said this in the beginning, but fuck, it's been it's taken us a while to get this together. But bro, thanks for letting me on. Thanks for inviting me on to have a chat. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no worries, man. I feel like this is a really good episode, and I do appreciate you taking almost an hour out of your day to, just talk about things.
It's super chill, dude. If you want to have me again on future, I'm more than down.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, sure.
And thank you everyone for watching today's episode of Trash Talk. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. But I've been your host, Samuel. I've been here with the Beak, and I will catch you in the next episode of Trash Talk.
Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.